got a question for you. Only because you do training, but then you also work with kids directly as well. Does it bother you at all the frequency that kids are being one sport athletes now?
Um, from yeah, I think it is nuanced. I would say my answer would be yes. There is some nuance available within that. Um, but like yeah, it's real interesting. It's real
Hmm.
interesting. Like I go back and forth on it. Because there's like a famous study where you look at Olympic athletes or Olympians and that they played multiple sports in high school, and like
Hmm.
most professional athletes have played multiple sports in high school, and then you really get down. It sounds like obvious playing a lot of sports is good for you, and then you really get down to it, and then it's like, oh, is that correlation or causation? Like, did they play a lot of sports because they're a really talented athlete, so that's why they made the pros or the Olympics? Then it just makes sense that an athlete that great would play a lot of sports in high school. Or is it the flip side where playing all of those sports set them up athletically to be able to excel in one? And like there's a book called Range by David Epstein, I believe, just about
Hmm.
like being a generalist, being more valuable almost in
Yeah.
many fields. And then there's people that kind of go at the idea. But I would say yes, absolutely. If I was like a high school kid, I would be running track or playing tennis is actually a great one too, to be honest with you. Um, yeah, I think there's a ton of value in it, and especially at a young age, I think that's when it's the very most important. Like, sign your kids up for stuff at a young age. It's gonna be great for them, regardless if they hate it. Like, you learn life lessons that way. You're exposed to new movement libraries that way. It's going to
Hmm.
be really good for their nervous system, their development, their ability to create rhythm, timing, all those things I was talking about, the big dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just, yeah.
And not to cut you off, the only reason why I ask is, well, two things. One, I've never seen an NBA player who played soccer that didn't have good footwork in the league. Secondly, to you, you parents, there's no way in hell at 8, not even you, that your child at 8 years old knows for certain this is what they want to do long term. So,
And it has to be like freely chosen by the kid. I think that's a huge thing too. Like, do you remember Nigel Williams Goss?
yeah,
So
yeah,
he was like, I went to Clackamas High School. Nigel went here up until eighth grade. He played
yeah.
for I-5 Elite with like probably Mike maybe
Yeah, he was on 17U by the
in
time we
like
were
eighth grade.
going into eighth grade.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like Bino was the coach of that.
Yep.
But like I knew at the time, like I used to work out with Nigel and Virgil before school at Clackamas, and Nigel chose that. And Virgil was like, hey, like if you really want to do this, it's gonna be incredibly hard. We're gonna like work like you can't believe, and like this is what it is. And he signed up for it, and at no point did he like decide he wanted to stop. And so like with Nigel and Peyton's the same way, like with his dad, like he's the one that decided that that's what he's gonna do.
Hmm.
And then at that point, if a kid really has that mindset, and that's world class, like that's not every kid, and like most parents are gonna get that call wrong.
Yeah.
So I caution saying that, but like those are two examples
I,
of a kid that I think it did work out for.
yeah, I was gonna say like you said, Nigel was a special case because even by the time we were probably like shit 10 years old, 10, 11 years old, it was pretty clear. Like, all right,
Yeah,
worst case scenario, he's probably gonna play high level college ball
yeah,
at some point.
yeah. But no, as a general rule, I think absolutely, absolutely, kids should be playing multiple sports just because it makes you such a well-rounded athlete. And then like we can talk about the Achilles stuff. Like we're not all the way at the like. I don't think the answer is clear yet. There's a ton of variables. Multiple things could be. But there is some reason to believe that that is actually contributing to the cause. I think a bigger reason would be a pre-existing calf injury or ankle injury.
Okay.
But there's evidence that that could be a part of it.
Yeah.
They do like brain scans on the guys at the
Hmm.
combine. Like there's fewer like neural connections. Like I don't know the physiology of the brain, but like
Yeah.
there's fewer connections that are made in total. Like
I've had some back and forth with NBA players about this.
yeah,
The two I've spoken to have cited the pace of play in the NBA today
mm,
as the reason why,
hmm,
which there is more movement to his thing, but
it's drives to the basket. So that's the
yeah,
the pace of play is like increased slightly as far as like possessions per game.
yeah,
The out there the statistic that I think has the most validity is like there's a strong correlation of drives to the basket with like ankle, knee, and whatever injuries.
mhm,
And so the drives to the basket are for sure up because the floor is spaced more because people are shooting, so there's long closeouts, people blowing by, and like that's happening. What was your side on that?
Uh,
Like, you don't really think it's because of that?
bro, it's very hard for me to believe that.
So, like, if you look at these injuries, like, I'm struggling to think of one that there wasn't a pre-existing calf injury. You talk about KD.
Yeah.
The media gaslit, potentially, like, Stephen A. Smith and them gaslit him into playing,
Playing,
bro.
yeah.
Everyone's questioning his heart. Everyone's like, oh, he doesn't care. He's soft, this, that. Boom, there goes his Achilles. Like, he really took that injury for all of, I don't even know. And maybe he would do the same thing again, like Tyrese Halliburton, for example. Like, you're going into that knowing that there is a chance. Now we've seen Dame, we've seen JT, we've seen KD, we've seen all these guys, and it's happening. But, like, if it's me, like, I'm gonna play. If you tell me, like, hey, 10% chance that you win the championship, your Finals MVP, and you're fine, and 90% chance you blow it, like, we'd be like, all right, like,
Bro, and
all money in.
Yeah, just because you referenced him, I'm a Celtics fan. I really hate that happened because literally the minute Jalen threw that pass, I could see the play happening.
I almost didn't believe it.
Yeah, but ironically enough, I think people around sports circles are going to appreciate his game a lot more with him being out this year. He gets disrespected a lot.
We'll see. Yeah, he does get unbelievable disrespect.
I think the disrespect will grow, if I'm being honest with you.
So does Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
I think for at least for us, like, I think sometimes we take for granted the talent that we have.
I think the only reason why I think he'll get a little more respect on his name is because he covers so much shit for us that doesn't like get talked about enough. Just because he could go out there and average 30 if he really felt like it, to the detriment of our team. Hopefully we are able to just stabilize the ship, but we do have a lot of missing pieces from the title team now.
Yeah.
So
Brad's gonna get it done, man. I would not be stressing at all if I'm a Celtics fan.
oh yeah, I mean I've
And I am a Celtics fan
Okay,
right now.
yeah.
If Peyton were to get traded, I'm no longer a Celtics fan, to be honest.
Hey.
It's all love, but Doyle is a huge Celtics fan.
He is. That's my guy.
I
He's a
just
Cowboy.
give him all-
He's a Cowboys
all
fan
this-
too. So
the
we
Celtics
locked in for life.
merch,
Yeah.
I guess one of the things I kind of want to bring us to is one